Hi guys, today we'll be looking at how to find the standard deviation, and usually what the CSEC will do is to give you the class and then give you the frequency, and from there you will derive the standard deviation. Now it's not hard, however it's a lot of work. Let me get the calculator. You will need a calculator for this, alright? And a ruler and so forth. So the first thing we need to do is to find the mean. However, in order to find the mean, it's kind of a long, tedious thing. So first we have to find the midpoint of the class. So in this case it's 22 to 24. So the midpoint would be 22 plus 24 and you divide by 2, right? So right there we see it's 23. So let's reward that with others. I'm just gonna, so it's 23. Just will show you how to find it. Now this would be 20, obviously. And the midpoint of 16 and 18 would be 17. Now after you find the midpoint, you need to multiply the frequency by the midpoint. So it will be 5 times 23. So I use a calculator so I can go faster. Which is 115. 3 times that would be 60. 2 times 17 would be 34. Alright. After you find the frequency times the midpoint, we need to total this. Because remember, we are trying to find the mean. So 115 plus 60 plus 34, that will give us 209. Then we can add the frequency. So 5 and 3, 8 and 2, 10. Now, the mean would be 209 divided by 10. And we know, so when I divide, you can just say, so that will give us 20.9. So we can just put in the mean 20.9, 20.9, 20.9. Now we need, after that, we need to find the difference between the mean and the standard deviation, right? So in order to find that, we're gonna subtract sorry, we're gonna subtract the midpoint, which is this, from the mean. So it will be 20.9. Let's use my calculator for accuracy and 2.1. Alright, so same thing, 20 minus 20.9, that will be negative 0.9, and what's it, 17 minus 20.9, that will be 3.9, negative 3.9. Now we can just put this in bracket and we're gonna square this. Some people have a separate table for this, but no, we can just square it. And remember, when you square a number, you get the positive, right? So after you square it, just look in the calculator. Just about this line. I think this one is too small. Yeah, that's more like. So after you square it, you got the answer. You're gonna multiply the answer by the frequency. So it will be 2.1 times 2.1. That gives us 4.41, and times it by the frequency, is 5. And then now the difference is 0.9. That's supposed to give you 0.8. Let me just check for sure. 0.9 times 0.9. Yes, 0.81. And these are all positive numbers, because remember, once a number is squared, 3.9 squared, you get a positive 15.21. Now after we get this, we need to just, you can just put it over here. So we're going to multiply the frequency by square number what we got, right? So it will be 4.41 times 5, we get 22.05, and this will be times 3, because the frequency here is 3, right? and this will be times 2. So therefore we multiply 0.81 times 3, that gives us 2.43, and 2 times 15.21, that should be 30.42, right? Yes. Alright, we're almost through. Now what we're actually finding is the variance. So in order to find the variance, we're going to sum this, find the total, 22 point that, and we'll add all of that, and then, so this will give us 9, 0 and 4, and that, about 8, no, I did something wrong. This is 2.43, let's use the calculator, that's the clock running, so 22.05 plus 2.43 plus 30.42, so that's 54.90. Now in order to find the variance, what we need to do is to divide this number that we got here, so it's 54.9 divided by, not just this, we're going to subtract 1 from this, as the formula says we're supposed to subtract 1 from the frequency. I'm not a formula person per se, but that's what the formula says. So you divide by 9, so you don't need to memorize the formula, that's the process, right? So divide this by 9 now, and that would be our variance. So it's 54.9 divided by 9, not the 10, so it will be 6.1. So the variance is 6.1. Now, in order to find the standard deviation, we must take the square root of the variance. So we take the square root of this, and that's the standard deviation. Sorry for the small writing. So the standard deviation, let's check it, will be 2.46. Normally a teacher probably round it off to 1 decimal place, so it will be 2.5. Alright, thanks guys for watching.